Hey everyone, I'm here working on my wall hanging a little bit more. I showed you yesterday or the day before, I don't know, I'm losing track of the days, where I started. I just laid out the pieces, and so using a zigzag stitch, I went around each piece, and it's all stitched down now. And what I want to do is now I keep a lit candle lit in honor of my brother. Ever since I heard about his problems, I've kept a candle lit because I'm just a candle-y kind of person. There was one in here, that one completely went, so then I had this one. I put that one inside here so that I have one to burn, although this one doesn't smell as pretty as that one did. But anyhow, I put this piece on, and so I stitched that piece of jewelry on here, and then I had this beautiful heart, and it is pretty. So I've only got that, I stitched that at the top so it kind of hangs like a pendulum there. But I want to add things to the chain as it goes down. Then this is a pretty heart right here. If you can see it, it's got peacock feathers in it. It's beautiful. That's just beautiful. So, but this is something I'm doing. Actually, I'm thinking a lot about my brother while I'm doing this. A lot of my thoughts and memories and reminiscings going through my head about my brother. Oh, by the way, my brother starts chemo on Monday. So they have figured out a plan, I guess, finally, and they're going to start his chemotherapy on Monday. So we're going to hope and pray that that goes well and that heals. We're going to hope and pray that that heals. I'm going to think positive that it will. So I'm just going to play around a little bit here, and I know there's a lot of fun things you can do to make like a little charm. It's like going to be a whole little charm hanging there, and so I have some of these eye pins. Let me put them. I got one of these empty-ish. Easier to get them out of there. Okay, and so I just take an eye pin. You know what I don't have is what I don't have. Maybe I do in this one. Some I do have some what do you call these, jump rings. Okay, here, you hold on to Mr. Lion. My brother's gonna be strong like that lion right there. He's gonna be strong like that lion. He's gonna have faith like it's in this church right here. I'm still gonna put that cross right here too, but I'm just going to get just a few beads. Let's see how we'll do this. It won't really matter how we do this, because it's just going to be pretty however it turns out. And so I want to talk about something too. On one of my videos recently, that I put up, I mentioned something on that video about my crystals and about chakra and my singing bowl. And I was talking about these little symbols and stuff, how I want to learn about them too. Well, I got an email from a subscriber, which I don't even recognize the name, so it's not somebody who comments regular at all, because I didn't recognize the name. But she explained to me that she was very disappointed in me because I was talking about Buddhism and Hinduism and I guess she thought that I was switching from Christianity to something different. And so she said that she has unsubscribed, which that's fine, you know, that's up to her. I sent her a nice message back. I wasn't rude at all or anything. And I didn't tell her to take a long walk off a short period. I didn't tell her any of that stuff. I was kind because I believe in being kind. But one thing I want to say is, yes, I am a Christian. I am not going to stop being Christian, have my Christian beliefs. But I'm also a historian. I love history. I mean, history of a few things. I mean, I'm not into history about war and stuff like that, but you know, I like history as far as I think my music is too loud here. Let me turn that down a little bit. Let's see. Where's my music thing? Let me turn. There. I like to have music playing all the time lately. But, okay. I am a historian in a way. When I grow up, I want to be a professional historian. There you go. And because history, I'm very interested in history, and I'm very interested in, you know, what happened before Christianity. That's part of history, isn't it? And so, just a minute, reaching for some charms here. Okay, so since there's history even before Christianity, and I'm just so curious, and it doesn't mean that I think Christianity is wrong. I don't. It's, you know, Christian, and I have read too, like especially on Hinduism. Hindus, you can be Hindu wrapped around or added to any kind of a religion, any kind of a religious belief. You can add Hinduism to it. And everything that I am studying about it, everything that I've learned so far is all good. It is all good. It is all about being happy, being helpful, being taking care of yourself, loving yourself so you can love others. And I have talked about that a lot in my videos, that you gotta love yourself to be able to love others. And so that has been very important to me for forever. And so And I think by studying different religions or different beliefs or different customs, and some of them are even like myths. Well, there's been some myths, I can't really say that word, around for like forever. So I've learning about Odin, and he was a Norse god or something. And when you say the word God, when I say the word God, it doesn't mean, I don't know how to say that, but it's not like I'm switching gods on you or something. No, I believe in God. I believe God is an energy. I don't, and in the universe is God. I do believe that. But I still believe God. I believe in God. I believe that God is that energy, and that God is the universe around us. And, okay, Papa. And so, oh gosh, I can hardly see this here, even with my glasses on. I need to have my magnifying spectacles. But anyhow, I just wanted to let that be out there, that I am not. I mean, I've even studied and read about the Wiccan beliefs and whatnot. Not because I want to become Wiccan or anything. I don't. It's just that I am so interested in why people believe what they believe. Now, at one time in my life, when I heard the word Wiccan, I thought of, witchcraft and shrunken heads and evil. But when I start studying about it, that's not what it is. It isn't. Now, there are some type of witchery that is like evil. They want to put evil spells or something on there. Well, I'm not interested in that. They say that's the Black Witch thing. Then I said, you know what? It is all, again, I think, very mythical. Can't get this on here. Like a myth. Like pretend. Because, as Papa, have you ever on the news heard anything about witches? I've heard of bad things. I've heard about like the KKK and stuff like that. That's bad. But that's not witchery. That's not witchery. I think a lot of us do a lot of judging before actually finding out the facts. Like Columbo. He finds out the facts. Just the facts, please. Just the facts. But, I'm trying to get this on here. Trying to, with my eyes that can't hardly see anymore. There. And so I just want to hang stuff on there. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say that I believe in what I believe. And I can add to it knowledge, like before Christianity, and that, like the Hindu, I guess, is like the oldest. And my word, and then for a while in my life, I thought that Buddhists thought that Buddha was God. I'm wrong there too. I was wrong. Buddha's not God. Buddha, they don't even think of Buddha as God. Buddha was a person, but apparently Buddha was a very kind and caring and strong, and this is like thousands of years ago. And so, and he taught wisdom to people. And so people then, I need bigger, I need bigger these things. But I'll make this work. And so Buddha was a man. Buddha was a man like a teacher. He was like a teacher. And when I think about Buddha, I think about Martin Luther King. Just trying to teach something good. And, but Buddha, of course, all that many years ago. And so I don't see any harm. I don't see any harm in studying these things. And all what I'm doing is I'm adding to my knowledge base. And I'm one who wants, I love kindness. I love positivity. I love I'm optimist. I'm an optimist. I believe in being good. I believe in generosity. I believe in caring and helping, and I don't need anything. I mean, I never wish for anything tangible. I wish for world peace, and I've heard people say, oh, don't even waste your time there because it's never going to happen. Well, I don't want to believe that it's never going to happen. I want to believe that it can. Anything is possible. And so that's what I want to continue to believe, is that anything is possible and world peace is possible. So I'm going to keep believing it. I'm going to keep believing it, and I'm going to keep waiting for it to happen. Now, it may not happen in my lifetime, and it may not even happen in my great-grandchildren's lifetime. It may not. But I believe it can. One person at a time, adding to it. And before long, it will be all persons. And so yeah, and so I just want, I hope other people aren't thinking that I'm going off the deep end, because I'm not. I am not going off the deep end. I want to know. I mean, this is like India. I'm impressed with India and Thailand and them countries. And I'm beginning to pick which flags I want to get up on my flags on my flag line outside, of which countries, I was going to make one a day. I am not doing that well. That's not happening real well in my life, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to get all my flags up there. And I have Adele. She's helping me make flags. She's making flags too. So I'm going to have all my country flags up there. Because every one of our countries, we are all so equal. We are all in this planet together. We are all equal. Now, there are some countries that teach little odd things that maybe we don't agree with. Well, guess what? Those are the ones we need to pray for. Those are ones that need our prayers. And when you do pray, you don't even have to ask specifically what you want, because sometimes I know I can't come up with the right words, and so I always ask for the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to just read my mind. You know what I'm thinking. I can't put it into words. And so the Holy Spirit does that for me. And that's why we depend so much. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. We depend on these the Trinity to help us when it comes to our praying, because sometimes we can't come up with the right words. And and um, and the more I study, and I want to study. I want to. I think especially the countries that seem to have a bad name for some reason. In my in the things that I know, the things that I've heard over the years. 72 years it is today. I've had 72 years worth of wisdom. But you know what? It's my birthday today. But I feel like I don't want that. I don't want it to be my birthday. My brother's birthday is on the 30th. So, and I feel like I don't want it to be my birthday. I just, birthdays are supposed to be fun and jolly and happy, which mine is. I am happy. I have to say I am happy. And I guess I'm jolly and all that stuff too. I don't know. But, my daughter come over last night and she brought me a lot of bath things. And she brought me, see these bracelets? She actually brought me 2 bracelets and a necklace. But since my wrists are so big, the bracelets, even though they're stretchy, they were too small. So I said, would you be offended if I took the necklace apart? Because I probably wouldn't wear the necklace. And and then I can make the bracelets to where they fit. And so I ended up with 3 bracelets, because there was just this one that had all this like moonstones on it, and then the other one, the other bracelet and the necklace had the glass beads, all these pretty beads. And so that's what I did last night. I just took them all apart, and I did the wagon come?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Okay, thank you. And so okay, what was I saying? I was saying something important. How important was it? Oh, yeah. So I ended up with 3 bracelets and they fit perfectly, and I love them. I love them, love them. And so I will just wear them all the time, maybe. Unless I have some other ones to wear. You never know. I always say I'm going to do stuff and then I never really do what I say I'm going to do. Now you all know that too. But and then she put a big old thing up in the front yard. I'll have to post a picture. She put this big happy birthday thing. But see, her birthday is the day after tomorrow. My mother's would have been tomorrow, and then my daughter's is the day after tomorrow. And so we just have all of our birthdays just in a long line. My mother is having her birthday up there in heaven on the other side of the veil. And so that's where she's having her birthday. So I just assume that she's still here in spirit, so she's still part of our birthday trio. And I've been talking to her a lot lately. I'm a talker. I talk to these spirits. I just assume they're going to be right there listening to me. And so, but I've been talking to her a lot about my brother. And I know the neighbors probably, because I'm usually out on the porch, and then there I am talking to myself. They think it's wonder they haven't called the men in the little white coats. Where is that? Okay. Again, I'm sitting here wondering, should I post this, or will people think I'm a dork? But where in the world is that opening? I can't even see it. Oh, and then I opened it too big. Well, now let's see if I can get it sort of closed now that I opened it too big. I got a pair of magnifying glasses with a little light on them. I really need to be using them when I do this. My CNI spectacles are a little, they help, but yeah. So anyhow, yeah, my mom's birthday would have been tomorrow. She's 22 years older than me, so if she would have lived, she would have been 94. She could have still lived. A lot of people live to be 94. I want my brother to live to be 94. I'm supposed to go before him because I'm older. But since first they weren't even going to do chemo, they said, nah, it's just too late or something like that. But they're going to start the chemo on Monday, so we've got a lot of hope, and I still believe in miracles. You know what I'm going to probably end up doing? How long is that? 25 minutes. I'm going to probably, I think I want to put one of these charms on each one of these links. So that'll take me like a while because I keep dropping them like this. You know, maybe what I need to, now what did I drop in the floor? Okay, I keep dropping things in the floor. Let me look in this box again and see if I have some bigger jump rings hiding in here. No, I don't see any bigger jump rings. No. See a lot of pretty stuff. Oh, I should put one of these on here. Yeah, I think maybe I gotta wait till I get some bigger jump rings before I can get these all on here. Or maybe I can just sew them on. What about that? What if I take this and not worry about a jump ring? And then what if I was to just take my, I got this here heavy thread. It's like upholstery thread. I got this whole spool full of it. Somebody had sent that to me. And this is really nice thread. It's very heavy. And so I could maybe, I wonder if I could just sew, like take a thread and put it on there like this, and then tie it in a nice tight square knot. Oh, look at that. Then I don't have to worry about that. I can do this. There's no rules when you're doing slow stitching and art. Homegrown, I'm a homegrown artist. And I got a lot of that thread. See, I don't even have to put it on the needle, probably. And look at there. Now I got that one right on there. Right on there. See, I put that key on there. And then I could take this, get me another piece of thread, and I can put that. It's like the sunshine. Oh, it's the sun and the moon together. The sun and the moon together. You know what? I want to read something. Okay. I had to go in the other room and get it. Get this tied on here. Look at this. I can just tie these things on there. Who needs jump rings for this? You just tie them on. And I can put little charms and little things all the way down. See there? Once this is finished, yeah, I need some more stuff like this shiny thing. Okay, but that's what I'm going to do on this. I'm going to put my cross, still is going to tie here. But I just wanted to say hello. Hang on, watch this stuff for me for just a minute while I go in and get my piece of paper. Okay, here I come. I'm shuffling back to Buffalo here. Okay, I printed this out. It's kind of hard to see because I was running out of black ink. Then I put more black ink in. Now I can't see. I can't figure out how to make it run again. Now, many of you may have already heard this. And this is the power of encouragement. Now, this is going to be my reading for today. And it's going to take me a minute or 6. But here's what this says. Listen to this. This is amazing. I've read this before long ago, but I was listening to Wayne Dyer. I was listening to him, and he read this, and that reminded me of that. So I found it and printed it, and I want to read it to you. It's called Teddy and Mrs. Thompson. Jean Thompson stood in front of her 5th grade class on the very first day of school in the fall and told the children a lie. Like most teachers, she looked at her pupils and said that she loved them all the same, that she would treat them all alike, and that was impossible. Oh, and that was impossible because there in front of her, slumped in his seat in the 3rd row, was a little boy named Teddy Stoddard. Mrs. Thompson had wanted Teddy. No, excuse me. Mrs. Thompson had watched Teddy the year before and noticed he didn't play well with other children, that his clothes were unkempt and he constantly needed a bath. And Teddy was unpleasant. He got to the point during the first few months that she would actually take delight in marking his papers with a broad red pen, making bold X's and then making the F at the top of the paper biggest of all. Because Teddy was a sullen little boy, no one else seemed to enjoy him either. At the school where Mrs. Thompson taught, she was required to review each child's records, and she put Teddy's off till last. When she opened his file, she was in for a surprise. His 1st grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is a bright, inquisitive child with a ready laugh. He does his work neatly and has good manners. He is a joy to be around." His 2nd grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is an excellent student, well liked by his classmates, but he is troubled because his mother has a terminal illness and life at home must be a struggle." His 3rd grade teacher wrote, "Teddy continues to work hard, but since his mother's death has been hard on him. He tries to do his best, but his father doesn't show much interest, and his home life will soon affect him if some steps are not taken." Teddy's 4th grade teacher wrote, "Teddy is withdrawn and doesn't show much interest in school. He doesn't have many friends and sometimes sleeps in class. He is tardy and could become a problem." By now, Mrs. Thompson realized the problem, but Christmas was coming fast. It was all she could do with a school play and all, and the day before the holidays began, she was suddenly forced to focus on Teddy Stoddard. Her children brought her presents, all in beautiful ribbon and bright paper, except for Teddy's, which was clumsily wrapped in the heavy brown paper of a scissored grocery bag. Mrs. Thompson took pains to open it in the middle of the other presents. Some of the children started to laugh when she found a rhinestone bracelet with some of the stones missing, and a bottle that was 1/4 full of cologne. She stifled the children's laughter when she exclaimed how pretty the bracelet was, putting it on and dabbing some of the perfume behind the other wrist. Teddy Stoddard stayed behind just long enough to say, "Mrs. Thompson, today you smell just like my mom used to." After the children left, she cried for at least an hour. On that very day, she quit teaching reading, writing, and speaking. Instead, she began to teach children. Jean Thompson paid particular attention to one they all called Teddy. As she worked with him, his mind seemed to come alive. The more she encouraged him, the faster he responded. On days where there would be an important test, Mrs. Thompson would remember that cologne. By the end of the year, he had become one of the smartest children in the class. And, well, he had become the pet of the teacher who had once vowed to love all of her children exactly the same. A year later, she found a note under her door from Teddy telling her that of all the teachers he had in elementary school, she was his favorite. 6 years went by and she got another note from Teddy. He then wrote that he had finished high school, third in his class, and she was still his favorite teacher of all time. 4 years after that, she got another letter saying that while things had been rough at times, he stayed in school and stuck with it, and he would graduate from college with the highest of honors. He assured Mrs. Thompson that she was still his favorite teacher. Then 4 more years passed and yet another letter came. This time he explained that after he got his bachelor's degree, he decided to go a little further. The letter explained that she was still his favorite teacher, but now his name was a little longer. The letter was signed Theodore F. Stoddard, M.D. The story doesn't end there. You see, there was another letter that spring. Teddy said he'd met this girl and was to be married. He explained that his father had died a couple of years ago, and he was wondering if Mrs. Thompson might agree to sit in the pew usually reserved for the mother of the groom. On that special day, Jean Thompson wore that bracelet, the one with the rhinestones missing, and on that special day, Jean Thompson smelled the way Teddy remembered his mother smelling that Christmas together. They hugged each other, and Dr. Stoddard whispered in Mrs. Thompson's ear, "Thank you, Mrs. Thompson, for believing in me. Thank you so much for making me feel important and showing me that I could make a difference." Mrs. Thompson, with tears in her eyes, whispered back. She said, "Teddy, you have it all wrong. You were the one who taught me that I could make a difference. I didn't know how to teach until I met you." And they say the moral is you can never tell what type of impact you may make on another's life by your actions or lack of action. Consider this fact in your venture through life. I ask God to watch over each and every one of you. Every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe, keep you healthy, keep you happy. Your happiness will spread to another person, and guarantee you one day we're going to have world peace. God bless and keep you all. Thank you for watching.